Hello, Namaskar, and welcome everyone to our series on direct taxes, specifically with regards to changes in the budget 2020-24. The Finance Act 2nd of 2020-24 was actually delivered by the Finance Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharamanji, on 23rd of July 2020-24. One of the very important changes which was highly discussed in the market was with regards to the capital gains tax, which was increased from 10% to 12.5%. And regarding the indexation, which was removed from the capital gain tax. And when the budget was actually approved in the both houses of the parliament on 7th of August 2024, the indexation was seemingly restated and given back as per the finance minister's speech. What are the undercurrents of this indexation being restated and given back? And finally, the budget was approved and consented by the President of India on 13th of August 2024. So we are here with CA Atul Mehta, an expert in direct tax, who has done the study on this topic and would like to give you some insights on what exactly happened with regards to the capital gain. So welcome Atul Bhai on board.
Thank you, Mitesh bhai. Thanks. We welcome all our viewers. Thank you, Mitesh bhai.
We will ask questions to Atul Bhai one by one on this topic. So Atul Bhai, what exactly has changed when we say that the capital gain in long term will be 12.5%? And what are the what you call the fine lines with respect to short-term capital gain and other things which are getting impacted when the finance minister is delivering the speech?
Hi, Mitesh bhai. So, what finance minister has stated is they have actually now capital gain, long-term capital gain will be taxed at 10.5%, and short-term capital gain will be taxed at 20%. So previously it was 10% for the financial instruments like shares, stocks, and equity-oriented mutual funds, etc. And 20% long-term capital gain for other assets. And short-term capital gain was actually taxed at 15%. Now it is increased to 20%. So this is the change regarding rate of tax.
Okay. And one of the topics which was under consideration was the indexation. So that the finance minister seemingly says that she has given an option distinct to the people of India to take indexation and do whatever is beneficial to the SSEs. So how actually the indexation is restated, in which area it is restated, and how it will impact the various investors and uh, property owners.
So as correctly stated by you, it is available to people of India. It is not available to non-residents Indians. So it is available to residents Indians who sell their land and building. For land and building only, this option is available. So if you sell your land or building, which is purchased before 23rd of July 2024, and if you are selling that property now, so indexation option will be available to you. You can actually calculate your capital gain with indexation, capital gain without indexation. If you calculate your capital gain with indexation, you apply 20% rate tax, and if you are actually calculating your capital gain without indexation, then you apply 12.5%. So whichever is beneficial to you, pay the tax accordingly. This is what is the change, or this is the what is the change, and this is what they have actually passed while passing the bill on 7th of August 2024, which is actually approved by President of India on 23rd of August 2024.
Which all assets will be allowed to be used when we talk about the indexation, and which all assets will not get covered with regards to indexation?
So only land and building will be covered. Land and buildings are only covered. Any other asset other than land and building are not covered for this this option of indexation. So for all other assets, you have to pay straightway to a 12.5% tax. And for land and building only, this indexation or without indexation, whichever is beneficial to you, you can pay the tax.
Okay, so to paraphrase this, Atulba, I think the 12.5% long-term capital gain is across the board if you go without indexation. And the short-term capital gain tax has been increased from 15% to 20% across the board.
Yes.
If you want to take indexation still, you can take indexation only in case of land and building and no other assets. And if you are going with the indexation, then you have to again go for 20% rate of tax and not 12.5% in case of long-term capital gains. So Atul bhai, the third question is, what is the long-term definition for various assets? Is there any change in that?
Yeah. So there are three things in the when you are actually getting your capital gain. One thing is rate of tax. Another thing is holding period of the asset. So here you are asking for the holding period of the asset. That is actually reduced from 3 years to 2 years for long-term capital. So if you are holding any asset other than shares and securities and equity-oriented mutual fund, that financial assets, for that 1 year period is there. For every other asset, the period is 2 years. If you are holding that for more than 2 years, 2 years or more, then it will be considered as a long-term capital asset. Otherwise, it will be considered as a short-term capital asset.
Okay, so to paraphrase, if you are talking about listed securities and mutual funds, only in those cases it is one year, which is unchanged. For all
Yeah,
other assets,
equity-oriented mutual
now
fund. Actually, equity-oriented mutual funds.
only equity-oriented mutual
Yeah.
funds. And for all other assets, it has been reduced from 3 years to 2 years, which is
Yes,
again
yes.
a beneficial move.
Yeah.
So let's look at deductions, Atul bhai. There are three key sections which we discuss always in Income Tax Act. That is Section 54, Section 54 EC, and Section 54 F. What will happen to these deductions? Whether there will be any change in the methodology one can claim the deduction, or are the deduction available at all in the new scenario or the optional scenario?
Yeah. So 54 is beneficial when you are selling any residential premises and buying another residential premises. At that time, this deduction is available to you. 54 EC is available to you when you are selling your land and building and you are investing 50 rupees. So restriction is 50 lakh rupees. Up to 50 lakh rupees you can invest in 54 EC bonds and you are getting deduction. So, and 54F is you are actually selling any other asset other than land and building, and you are investing in residential premises, then 54F is available. So in new regime, all three these options are available to you. If you are opting for the new regime, that is 12.5% tax without indexation, these all three options are available to you. For old regime, 54 and 54 EC was available to you, but now onwards, it will not be available to you if you are opting for the old regime, that is with indexation. If you want to pay 20% tax.
Okay, great. So, Atul bhai, with these changes, I think one who wants to pay the tax only can go with the long-term capital gain with indexation in case of land and building. All others who want to take any kind of benefits or deductions, they have to actually follow the new regime, that is 12.5% model, and do the calculations accordingly. Also, when your property grows at a speed of more than 10% CAGR basis in last 12, 15 years, and if you have a choice of adopting to 12.5% or 20%, 12.5% without indexation and 20% with indexation, you better choose the 12.5% model. That will be more beneficial to you instead of 20% model. If your property has grown at 5, 6, 7, 8% CAGR, then one may choose for the indexation model and go for it. Now, my question, Atul bhai, to you is regards to carry forward of losses in the case of capital gain. There are two things when one can adjust the carry forward of losses. One is during the year and across different types of capital gains, and then across years. That is actually carrying it forward to other years and then setting it off. So what has happened to that? Whether there is any change in the mechanism being adopted in the new amendments?
Yes. So if you are actually going ahead with without indexation and 12.5% tax, you can carry it, or you can set it off your loss. If any loss is there due to this, you can set it off against other capital gain, or you can carry it forward. But if you are opting for 20% with indexation, your loss you have to forego, if loss, if any, due to indexation, you have to forego it. So you cannot set it off in the same year, and it cannot carry it forward to the next financial year. So with indexation, you just have to forego your loss.
So basically, again, if you are ready to pay the tax, and that's why you are doing the beneficial calculation, it's okay. For everything else, one has to go with 12.5%. So with this, I would like to ask the last question, Atul bhai. This finance bill was introduced on 23rd of July 2024. What will happen to properties which are acquired post 23rd of July 24? Whether they will continue to get the options with regards to indexation, or will they have to forego the option?
Yeah, so this option is available to you if you have acquired the property that your land or building before 23rd of July 2024. If property purchased after 23rd July 2024, you have only one option, that is 12.5% without indexation. So property purchased after 23rd July 2024 will not get benefit of indexation.
Great, Atul bhai. Thank you for all these answers and insights. We will continue to have you over the shows on direct tax, outsourcing, accounting, auditing, the indirect tax, and such other advisory videos to simplify the concepts for CEOs, CFOs, directors, and promoters of the companies who are real stakeholders of these aspects and would like to know it in layman terms regarding changes in various taxes, and also advices with regards to what to do and what not to do in various aspects of their business. We would like to request you to share this video to relevant people in your group and network who are going to get impacted with capital gains and indexation and would like to know more about it. Of course, this video is educational in nature, so we can't call it as a final advice. One needs to look at the facts, the circumstances, the situation, and look at the law from those angle and get the final call. So better to consult your tax advisors before taking the final call. With this, we would like to again request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such videos and get connected to us for queries in this regard. Thank you very much. Thank you, Atul bhai, for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Mitesh bhai. Thanks to our viewers. Thank you all.